Hello and welcome again to another episode of The Darren Green Show, your one-stop shop for celebrity gossip, news and music, pop culture, and the latest gab on social media. Be sure that if you are watching this on YouTube to leave your thoughts in the comments, leave a like, and if you're not subscribed to the channel, girl, what are we doing? Subscribe to that DM channel, okay? And for the audio listeners, hey, how y'all doing? Be sure to rate the podcast and leave a review. We love those. We want to beat this algorithm in any way, shape, or form. I say that every episode, child, because they be fighting me. They be fighting with me, child. I'm telling you, girl. I be trying to get recommended and stuff and do with everything that needs to be done to get recommended on there. But it is what it is. It's either going to gravitate to people or they're just going to be like, no, Darren, we're gonna put you on the back. But I love the support anyway. You guys, I see you guys commenting and liking and sharing and all that good stuff. I didn't really do any clips for, Instagram and TikTok, I guess. If y'all, if I have a community that watch the full show over there that chooses to leave that app to come here, hey, how y'all doing? I ain't give y'all no clips because I get to a point where it's just, girl, I'm just going to put the episode out, honey. And if it reaches the people that it needs to reach, it's going to reach the people that it's going to reach, okay? Not much of a week report. I guess this is like a little thing. I got my insurance. Let me cover this stuff because I don't want to chat. I got my insurance card. Okay, so I am official. Girl, what I tell you, they do not tell you this when you get older. Because I was on, my dad had a good job. So we all were covered. But when I turned 26, oh no. They immediately took me off the insurance. And when I tell you, child, I owe ear, nose, throat doctor like $400. I owe this doctor like $300. Blood work is $100. So I'm like, when blood work used to be that much? And I need to get a lot of blood work done because of my outstanding issues and stuff like that. And I also want to go to the dentist and get some stuff done with that and vision. I wear glasses, so that's another thing I need to pay for. So I'm just like, oh my goodness, it is a luxury to really have insurance. I will say the turnaround with this job is a whole lot quicker. When I tell you, it was like literally the other hat. I started getting insurance from Wells Fargo, and I can say this now because I'm not working for them no more. Literally, I started working there, 2023, like summer, June. Didn't get it until February, March maybe, okay, of 2024. And I ended up quitting a couple months later because I ain't want to work for them no more. And like, girl, it was a waste of time. Like when I tell you, I got this like after my 90 days, and then a week for them to send it over to my house. Got my not my visual, honey. I got my visual and dental, and I also got the health insurance. Oh my God, it's not taking too much, and I'm zero down. So I'm just real blessed right now, child. I'm going to take the opportunity. Look, I'm happy about that because, girl, it's been struggling with these bills. Okay, let's be very clear. Do not grow up. If there's anybody that listens to this show, I don't know my demographics. Y'all are in y'all 20s and 30s. But if y'all are on the younger side watching this show, child, cherish the fact that you are under your parents for a certain time, but when that's over, honey, it's time to get to work. I don't think I would ever, I think I will always have a job. I don't think I can ever do like social media. And I'm not, let's say I become like 15 million subscribers, stuff like that. Maybe I'll rethink that. But I think for the time being, I'm going to be working for a minute, honey, because I need insurance. And I heard YouTubers don't get insurance. Ain't y'all, they be coming out their pockets, honey. I'm like, girl, not me. Could never be me, child. I don't care how much money I'm making. I need to have some benefits, honey, okay? But yeah, I was happy that was a thing this week. Also, like I said, I don't have much to talk about as far as my weekly report. We just did an episode on Monday, so let's get political. And this is a new thing that I'm doing here on the podcast because I feel like there's some topics that really had came out this week that I want to talk about. I ain't got nothing else to talk about my week, child, so let's just get into the politics. If y'all want to skip ahead and get into the hot topics, y'all, these episodes have timestamps, so skip to that point, okay? I'll see you guys later. Now, for the people that want to get into the political tea, girl, I guess we can start with, like, the fact that Kamala Harris picked her VP. Hold on, where's this information at, child? Let me pull it up, honey. So let me see. Tim Walz, okay, he's a military veteran, former public school teacher, a 6-term congressman. He currently served his 6 years of an 8-year stint as governor of Minnesota. Walz, described by USA Today as pro-union Democrat who can speak to the concerns to blue-collar workers in the Midwestern states. Okay, Walz has legalized marijuana recreationally in his state, okay, as well as pass a bill to allow children to have breakfast and lunch at public schools. Come on, how could you hate that? Okay, because I ain't, child, when I was in school, man, look, if you ain't had the money, unless you was poor and you was able to get free lunches, which I wasn't. No, I was, but I wasn't poor enough. There's a criteria of poorness. But if you ain't bring out the money, you wasn't eating. I remember it got so bad. Like they was giving us like, if you didn't have like lunch money, they would give us like 3 pieces of cheese and freaking bread. At one point they said, we can't give you nothing. Like you literally went starving if you did not fork up the change, okay, to them lunch 80s. So, okay, that's cool. That's cool. Now, I'm also hearing that Tim Walz was one of the people who appointed Keith Elson to prosecute Derek Chauvin. If y'all don't remember, the person who unalived George Floyd. So he was definitely somebody that really showed up and showed out during that tumultuous time. He made Beyonce Day. Like he approved Beyonce Day, okay, period. And that's going to be our potential VP of the United States. Do I think this is a good decision? Girl, I'm still doing research on this man. And somebody said this on TikTok too. I wish I can cite them, but I forgot his name. But he's one of my mutuals, child. But it's people will sit there, and I'm not trying to be accusatory or anything like that. Take it with a grain of salt. But a lot of people are very like, oh, I don't know this person. I don't know that person. I don't know this person. With this in your hand. Y'all be saying that, I don't know who this person is. I don't trust this person. Or this, that, and the third. They said the same thing with Kamala. I don't know who Kamala is. Girl, look it up. Okay. And I'm slowly doing my little bit of research on this man. I think everything looks good on paper. You get what I'm saying? I'm here for it. I wonder how y'all feel about it. I think that he definitely got some talk on him, child. Let me look. Here's a little clip from the interview.
You passed universal background checks on guns. You expanded LGBTQ protections. You implemented tuition-free college for low-income Minnesotans. There's free breakfast and lunch for school kids. Do you think your record is an asset to the ticket, or would it risk fueling Trump's attacks as you being a big government liberal?
What a monster. Kids are eating and having full bellies so they can go learn, and women are making their own healthcare decisions. And we're a top 5 business state, and we also rank in the top 3 of happiness. Look, they're going to label whatever they're going to label. He's going to roll it out, mispronounce names to try and make the case. The fact of the matter is, where you see the policies that Vice President Harris was a part of making, Democratic governors across the country executed those policies, and quality of life is higher, the economies are better, all of those things, educational attainment is better. So yeah, my kids are going to eat here, and you're going to have a chance to go to college, and you're going to have an opportunity.
But you've legalized.
Yeah. So yeah, that's a little bit of what he said in that interview. Like I said, everything looks good on paper. My whole thing, and I'm gonna keep it real with, I'm gonna support the Democratic Party. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't look. I'm saying it like that because I don't subscribe to any of these parties. To be honest, I think that we should try to think about third party replacements because, girl, these two. But for the time being, I'm going to be a supporter of this administration or this potential administration because, girl, we cannot have Trump and JD Vance on here. Honestly, we cannot have them on there. He's over here. I'm talking about Trump now on Truth Social, talking about how they stole the election from Biden. It was Kamala, Barack Obama, and some other people that he brought up, just like they had nothing to do with anything that's going on. As to why they stole the election from Biden and he's going to be doing calls and stuff. I'm like, it is a whole mess. We also got JD Vance. Let's talk about that bitch. Okay, honestly, because I really, this just happened. And I wanted to bring that up because I'm like, girl, what are we doing? So JD Vance tries to confront Kamala Harris after her plane lands, okay, basically to meet the vice president, but also get a look at the plane that he's going to be flying in a few months. Okay, get a little old on this. Like, he literally, I'm not saying he's storming the plane, but this is a whole vice president still. Do we not have some decorum? Trump, get him us on this person right now. Okay, because what is happening? What, honestly, and this is what he had to say.
Check out my future plane, but I also wanted to go say hello to the vice president and ask her why Kamala Harris why does she refuse to answer questions from the media? And I also thought that the press gaggle following her might get a little lonely. I at least have enough respect for you all and for the American people you report to come and talk to you and to answer some questions. And so I thought her reporters might actually benefit from that as well. Had a little bit of fun. I don't think the vice president waved at me as she drove away, but I'm glad to have done it. And I'm glad to be here in Wisconsin actually trying to persuade people to vote for us as opposed to just giving another scripted speech.
What a complete ass. And my thing is this, another scripted speech. Don't talk about scripted speeches when y'all be doing that too. Let's be very clear. The only person that's not scripted is Trump because it be sounding like a damn fool. I cannot, like, I think K. Michelle says, crazy that I'm bringing her up, but she made some sense. Like, the constant disrespect that this woman gets, like, ever since they found out that she was going to be running. If this was anybody else that ran up on a plane that a vice president, an elected official of that height, you get what I'm saying? And I get it, you're running, but you're not. I would have had the Secret Service tackle his dumb ass. Literally. I'm sorry. I don't know who this person is. Tackle him. Okay, I'd have had his ass tackled because ain't no way in the world you rolling up on me when I'm getting out of a plane. I don't even do Like, where was security at? Was y'all just letting him do this? Yeah, no, that's yeah, no. And let somebody do that to Trump. Y'all probably would shoot him down now that he done got almost, pew-pewed. Y'all get on my nerves. You know what else got on my nerves? Cenat. And that's going to be the last topic I'll bring up with the whole politics convo. Because, okay, so look, Aiden Ross, if y'all don't know, Aiden Ross is a streamer similar to Cenat. Okay. Basically, he did an interview with Donald Trump. Why? Of course, Aiden Ross has a very conservative base. He says a lot of shit that's just horrible. He didn't even know what fascism is. Like, he had to literally Google it in front of our very eyes on live and basically, like, mispronounce words that, girl, okay. And also, he doesn't know things. Like, he's not smart. He's not educated at all. So he had an interview with Donald Trump, gave him a car and I think something like a watch or something like that. And they were just talking. We know why Trump was doing it. He's trying to get to the younger base. Like, Aiden Ross has a lot of big following, just like right here, Cenat has a big following. So after, I guess, Aiden Ross's interview went live with Trump, like, there was a lot of people on social media calling for Cenat, someone that may appear to be on the right, or so we thought, will want to have Kamala Harris on his stream. And I guess he got some calls from Secret Service, and this was his response.
New York. Then on top of that, I got the fucking Secret Service calling me 5 times, nigga! I don't know goddamn shit about politics, my nigga. I don't know nothing. I'm gonna keep it a stack. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I don't give a fuck. Okay? Listen, I had a bad bitch that I've been trying to get on for the last 3 years,
And so we can stop right here. So I think that, and let me hold your hands when I tell you this. Okay, whoever was in charge, I don't even know why. I guess the Secret Service would call first before anybody. Why? No, don't give in. Okay, don't give in to goddamn. Look, at the end of the day, we don't need conversations with people that are not educated. It's the same problem that we had when they had Cardi B do an interview for goddamn Joe Biden. And she wasn't asking nothing. She wasn't saying nothing. There was nothing elevating. He could have had a better experience if he would have went to the Breakfast Club, honestly. And that's not really saying much. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm glad that he doesn't want to participate in this. He says that he does not care. He does not get political. Look, I don't get political either. I'm very surface based when it comes to politics. Like basically what we talked about just on this episode, I'm very surface based. Like I don't get too much far into it, but but it would be nice to encourage the millions of fans that you do have to maybe get out and vote. I don't know. I think Cenat has gotten to a point where he doesn't really know his base. But I think he has so many fans that it's just like your base is probably diverse, and it's okay. You probably got some on the right, people that's on the right, or people that's on the left, people that's in the middle, or whatever the case is. Just tell them to vote. That's something that you can do to be responsible. He is definitely. I'm just now learning that he's 22 or something like that. So I'm like, oh wow, he looks a lot older. When you're that age, you are a little stupid. I can see I was a little dumb back then too. And I don't mean to be ageist because I know there probably is some young people watching this show too. I was a little dumb. Like it was a good thing that I didn't really do the podcast back then. Because I mean, even when you look at some of my older episodes, I don't know how y'all feel about me now, child, but some of my older episodes, I had to look back and I'm like, girl, what the hell was I saying? What was I talking about? Why did I say it like that? Why did I have this accent or whatever? Like, I just sounded real dumb, child. So, yes, I'm glad that he said no, and I think that they shouldn't have called him. Have interviews, like, and we did touch on this when I was talking with Medusa and Teddy, and it's just, no, we didn't have this conversation. It was something I saw on social media. It's like, why when we're trying to reach a base, let's say it's the LGBT community, or let's say it's this community or that community, it's a panel discussion. It's something that's an interview that's very prestigious. When we're trying to pander to the Black community, though, it's more or less of, okay, the hooping, the hollering, the rapping, having rappers come on and perform, twerking and all this other stuff. And I'm not trying to be a prude or anything like that. Let me tell you something. I'm very sex positive. Let's be very clear. But when we get into the politics, it should be a level of seriousness. I'm going to die on that hill. It just is what it is. So I'm glad that nothing is in the works for Kamala to even sit. Is she going to sit in the U-Haul truck? Absolutely not. Okay. Not my future president. Okay. And on that note, we can move on. We can get into the hot topics. I know I went on for 19 minutes. I'm sorry, y'all. But I promise you the topics are going to be interesting. Okay. So we got to talk about Kehlani, child. Her ex files for sole custody of her child. We also have to talk about Nicki Minaj seemingly dragging. I wouldn't say seemingly. She dragged her sister. Let's be very clear. And I got some stuff to say about that. We'll also talk about Chloe Bailey and how she's dropping an album and clapping back at haters. All that and more coming up on the Darren Green Show. We got a jam-packed show today. Okay, so we good, right? Now, we can get into our first topic. We gotta talk about Kehlani. Girl, this was random. Random as hell. Okay. Let me pull this up, honey. So Kehlani's child's father, Javon Young White, okay, filed for full custody of their 5-year-old daughter, Adia. I'm thinking Adia. Okay. Now, according to court documents, Young White claimed that his name is not included in their child's birth certificate because Kehlani allegedly delivered their daughter, through a home birth orchestrated by what I like to describe as a cult. That's what he said in quotes. Okay, she's in a cult. Okay. He said in quotes, for the past 5 years, I have requested a copy of Ada's, I'm gonna call her Ada child because I'm not gonna, Ada's birth certificate, and for my name to be added to the birth certificate to no avail, the court document reads. Now, additionally, Young White says that Kehlani is withholding Ada's social security number for him and believes that his daughter might not actually have one based on Kehlani's actions and behavior. Adding fuel to the cult rumors, Young White alleges that Kehlani has been affiliated with this unknown cult for the past few years. Okay, to further his attempt for sole custody, Young White added that the cult controls Kehlani's actions and her behavior, including when it comes to the upbringing of their daughter. Yeah, so that's what's being alleged. Now, In most recent news, Kehlani has made a statement in response to the allegations. I'm going to read it, child. I got to read this off my phone because it's like really small. Okay. Now, she made a statement. She basically said, what has been published in the media over the past 24 hours is incredibly hurtful, inaccurate, inappropriate, and simply untrue. Okay. I wanted to take the time to ensure that I responded to these accusations from a calm and considered space rather than a reactive one. I strongly deny any claims that I have put my child in harm's way or left my child alone with anyone deemed dangerous or unsafe. I also do not align with any of the allegations made against my former religious community. Hold up. She said, I also do not align with any of the allegations made against my former religious community that have been stated in the media. Hold on. Okay, so I wonder what that religious community is called, though. Just saying. Anyway, she said, I have always taken great care to ensure my child remains protected and safe at all times. My child and my commitment to motherhood have always been my sole driving forces in this life and will always remain so. This is who I am and what I've always been focused on. This is a legal, private family matter that will be handled accordingly, and I will now be taking space for my own personal well-being and, most importantly, for the well-being of my child. Thank you for the support and for the respect of our privacy. I will not be commenting further and will let the legal due process take place. My thing is this. Now, she said my former religious community. I'm still stuck on that. What is that? Like, girl, you ain't gonna name no names, honey. Now, I'm not saying what he's saying is true because he's like some weird tweets in the past that kind of made him like a little bit of a clout chaser. Kehlani, who this man, child? He looked like he works at Plato's Closet. Honestly, who is this man? If y'all don't know who Plato's Closet is, child, it's one of those artsy fartsy stores where you can donate clothes, but the clothes got to be like preppy looking. It's got to be like high end fashion because they're not going to sell it from you. It's not like the Goodwill, nothing like that. It's like higher up or whatever, child. But who this man? Who is he? Also, is he? Because it looked like, remember that show that was on Prime and it had, oh my God, who it had in it? It had the girl that's with Jonathan Majors. Oh my God, Megan Good. Megan Good was in it. And then the girl that played Anika from Empire, child. And then they had this one girl that played like a lesbian, like a real butch lesbian or whatever. And then she had a husband that was weird because she had some type of come up, like she was a CEO or something like that. Wherever she did, she had a come up. Okay, and the baby father found out and basically was like, you abandoned me or whatever. And now I want, because they were still married. So now I want like alimony and stuff. And he definitely gives that type. Like, I'm like, girl, what was you thinking? Oh my goodness. Now, like I said, I'm going to do some more research on this whole, because I didn't see that part with the whole, my former religious like community. Like, girl, you don't want to name no names, honey. If you ain't trying to name no names, then I'm gonna have to look at you sideways, Kehlani, because girl, girl, you got to be careful with them cults, child. And I'm not trying to say that she's a part of it. Like at the end of the day, there really is no, there's no leads. Like he's not giving us anything as far as what the cult is called, any other type of proof that she's a part of this cult. It seems like he's just throwing stuff to the wall and seeing what sticks because he wants to have sole custody because he'll have a child support check every month because she's Kehlani and he's not. So I hate to see that for you. But you guys will tell me what y'all think about that in the comments so we can move on. There's nothing much else to say. Now, I did want to talk about Nicki Minaj, honey. Girl, why? I didn't like this. I didn't like this story one little bit. So, Nicki Minaj seemingly had some words for her sister, Ming, okay, for doing interviews. She even alludes to the upcoming musician possibly being a mooch, okay, who has to find her own success. Now, here is what Nicki Minaj said on her station head, Queen Radio. I don't even know if you want to call it Queen Radio anymore, child. This is just her shooting a fly, okay, live. Anyway, here's what she had to say.
When a person speak on a person they love, why would a person speak openly about a private person? Why would a person do that? Who would you speak about in your interviews if someone wanted to interview you? Yourself, right? It's always a bad sign if or who has never been successful in your line of work is doing interviews with people in your line of work. I think y'all think talent, like you could catch it like a cold. Or maybe people could pass it through the genes. Even with blood relation, what God has given to me is mine. You have to go and get your own. You have to discover whatever it is that you're great at. Being a mooch and a clown.
Damn.
Don't run in my DNA.
Whew, Lord, girl, that was hurtful. That was hurtful to watch. Now, Ming has responded. I think it was like under a post, and she basically said, I still love her. I tried as a sister to please her, but I realized I gotta please God first because only he can judge the gift he gave me. These two are cut from the same cloth, child. Y'all be throwing around God like, girl, God, oh, God gave me this talent. God gave me that. Like at the end of the day, God gonna have me and I got it. Look, I respect the girl, but girl, come on. When we get so holier than thou. Anyway, yeah. Let me see what I got from my notes, child, what I got to say. Here's the thing. Right? There's not a lot that we know about their relationship because at first, I'm not gonna lie, I was like, okay, Nicki, like that's real vile. That like calling her a clown and a mooch and it's just, girl, that's your younger sister. Like I was very much fans of her, like I was a big bar back in the day, so I knew about all her family members because I remember she used to do like little documentaries and stuff, and we would see clips of her brother and then her sister. And then it was like a younger brother of hers too. So I was like, oh my God, that's sis. That's big sis, little sis, this, that, and the third. So I thought they was East Boom or whatever. So to see this, I felt bad. I felt bad for Ming. But I was just like, damn, wow, where did the hostility come from? She only did an interview, come to find out she did do a couple interviews. And then there was another clip.
Can I please smash your sister?
Okay. If you pay me like that's $2 million, bro, I got you.
No, you gotta try. You know, can't say you got.
Guys, get this video to 100 million views and we'll generate $2 million. Thank you guys so much.
Because like when I saw this, that's when I was like, okay, now I can see where Nicki is coming from. Little sis might need some pow-pows. She needs some skibbity paps because, girl, what was that? Okay. Why are we doing all of that? We need to get Mima. We need to get somebody in the family to come together, get it on Zoom. You ain't got to be in person because I don't know these girls be fighting or nothing like that. Get them on Zoom in, okay, and let's talk have this little sibling sit down, okay? Because I felt like we shouldn't have been privy to the group chat. I felt like we were brought into the group chat and we don't really know what's going on and people are jumping to conclusions and stuff like that. That's clear. Like the clip I just showed you, if I was Nicki, I would feel some type of way too. Like I would be like, what are you doing? Like you are making me and the family look crazy. You get what I'm saying? We also know that they're sisters or whatever, but that's her sister on her daddy's side. And let that sink in, okay? Because none of the siblings that I know of, like people that I know in my family, people I know in like my friends and stuff like that, and just in different relationships that I have, if it's like siblings on the dad side, you got the same daddy and got the same mom, like y'all either don't have a relationship or don't have the best relationship. Okay. Even in the interviews that Ming was doing, like she was saying, we clashed. Like she wasn't always the closest to me and this, that, and the third, and we would clash. And I understand because I'm Ming and Ming is going to get you riled up and this, that, and the third. Like I can see how Nicki can look at this and be like, okay, what the hell is that supposed to mean? You get what I'm saying? Like and I'm pretty sure she had conversations with her saying that do not talk to random people, do not get on interviews because they're going to ask about me. and get information on me. So I can see how Nicki got frustrated, and she probably, this is a late response too, because she been did these interviews. Like, Nicki just popped out of nowhere on Queen Radio and basically was like, yeah, you a clown and a mooch. These podcast shows, especially like the one that she was on, never even heard of, and I'm not no shade, because I'm pretty sure there's a whole lot of people that never heard of my podcast. Look, but shout out to them for getting a relative of Nicki, because they did, because of all of this. They were posted all over social media. Blogs was reposted them. That was their comeuppance a little bit. We still don't know. I still don't know what the podcast name is. They were on the Shade Room. They literally had this girl on, and I didn't see the whole interview. And you can, I'm pretty sure there's going to be people in the comments telling me, oh, you didn't see the whole interview. They had a good conversation about her career. Yeah, they're going to do that. They got to do that. But they're mainly here to talk about Nicki. That's why she was on the show. She don't know that. Nicki knows that. This girl doesn't have a publicist or is media trained. She's just trying to look. She was, in so many words, she was trying to do some type of comeuppance on her sister. You coming up in here with a Nicki wig on it. I gotta say it, like I said at the Ice Spice a couple episodes ago, you can't wear a Nicki wig and it be Nicki. That's like I was about to start rapping too. I'm just saying. But I will say that she doesn't know the game. And these publications, these places, podcasts, whatever you want to call them, they're using her. I felt like, yeah, I'm not saying not curse her out. I'm saying maybe curse her out behind closed doors. Okay, give it a little bit of skibbity paps, give her a pow. But I don't know. I think it just didn't look right. I don't like watching siblings fight like that when it gets public and everybody knows about it and everybody's like, ooh, what's going on? You know, get them together behind closed doors. I remember Jules. Okay, the model and all that stuff that he's doing. He just did like a spread for GQ, got little booty shorts on. Let me stop, child. He got his little shorts on or whatever. I remember when he was like acting a goddamn ass like a couple years ago, like with the whole Sky Jackson thing and pictures and all types of stuff. And they was like real young. When I tell you the Carters came up in there, Beyonce or whoever, child, up in that family, they came in, they shut that down quickly and quietly. Now that boy's doing nothing but modeling. Okay. Ain't hearing a peep from Sky Jackson and her family. You know what I'm saying? You got to handle stuff. Look, let me tell you something. I'm a firm believer in you, and people can call me fake and fake it till you make it. At the end of the day, I'm not looking crazy in front of nobody. Okay. We got this problem. We got this beef going on. I'm not going to make it public. None of the problem, and I don't have enough cousins that I talk to. Let's be fair. I don't have enough relatives that I talk to beef with, but I just know one thing. Like if I'm beefing with a relative of mine, oh girl, I'm not going on social media. I'm not talking about it. I don't really talk about it on this show. Like I may give you like a little innuendo, say some like people acting weird nowadays. I got to move accordingly or something like that. But it's never like I'm name dropping people. I don't know. I don't know. I just didn't like it. It just didn't make me feel good. But what do I care? It's just my opinion. My opinion does not mean nothing outside of me. Yeah. You guys will tell me what y'all think about that, but we can move on. Now, I do want to talk about Chloe. Okay. Period. Shout out to Chloe Bailey. Because I am for this surprise album. So, Chloe Bailey is dropping a surprise album this Friday. Okay. I'm going to let y'all know right now. I did say I was going to do Lotto's album. I really was, and y'all know I was. y'all know me too. I was doing that shit because, girl, I got to keep this reaction stuff going. I mean, I do want to hear what Lotto has to say, but now that Chloe's dropping an album on Friday, like, I want to do that first. So just let me know in the comments if y'all still want me to do Lotto's album. Like, if I get more than 2 comments, okay, all right, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it on Saturday. But we're definitely doing a reaction video for this album. It's been a minute since I got like a good little R&B album. It's going to be fun. Okay, the album is called Trouble in Paradise. Halle is going to be in it. I repeat, Halle Bailey is going to be in it. It's been since 2021 since these two were in like a song to get collabed. So this is amazing. I'm not sure if this is the album cover. Maybe we can... Okay, I'm not... Look... Album covers just have not been doing it for me for this year. Like I really did not like anybody's album cover Nothing really grabbed my attention except for like City Cinderella with JT. That was a really good album cover. And then I also like Cupcake's album cover too. I like the Dauntless, like the gold and all that. That was cute. Other than that, girl, I didn't feel nobody else's album cover and anybody. I did not care about anybody else's album cover. I don't know what it was. This is cute. It's a little grainy. I'm being a little bit of a pessimistic, but I have high hopes for this album. I believe Boy Bye is on it. Love that song. It's definitely like R&B but pop infused. I hope she's going in that direction. And I'm not saying I want her to be a pop girly. Like she do whatever she wants to do. It's whatever. I mess with In Pieces. A lot of people said that the album flopped, which we'll get into because a lot of people are saying stuff that's just, girl, what the hell? But I did enjoy In Pieces. It had a regular rollout. She dropped singles and then she gave us a date. She gave us the album cover. She dropped videos. She's going a different route with this. She literally just sprung this on us like literally a couple days ago. So it's just, oh, wow. Okay, this is different. But people were trying it. Okay, people were trying it because you know what? Chloe, well, somebody made a tweet basically saying it's going to flop because she did this so randomly. Now, Chloe responds, because if it's one thing about the Bailey's going to always have a response for your asses. Good music is good music, and I hope you enjoy it. Okay, now she also did a video. I want to share that to you guys too. And this is what she said. And it was a very interesting conversation, but she said this.
It's flopping. What even is that? I don't really understand that concept anymore. I'm alive, I'm breathing, I'm making money. Really, what is flopping? I'm making great music that I love. Oh, I think that's my food.
Okay, girl, we love it.
What really is flopping?
I cannot with Chloe. I love her so much. I love her down. We got to protect her. First of all, Chloe is definitely valid for posting that. What is a flop? Because I was hearing that she was selling out the tour that she did for In Pieces. Now, granted, a lot of y'all want to sit there and say that, oh, she performed at a cafeteria. That's why she sold out. Okay, bitch. Can you bring that many people up in an area? Okay. She's not the artist to have those arenas yet. Like she's not, like when you look at some of the artists, like I'll say early 2000s, when you look at when Beyonce went, her first show wasn't in no arena. I don't think. And I'm not trying to compare her to Beyonce. Let's not do that because I don't want to do that. But I'm just saying, like a lot of artists that start off, they don't start off in arenas. They start off in concert halls. And the fact that she was able to sell that out, that's impressive. And she had good music on the album. Y'all just didn't want to listen to it. Okay, y'all didn't want to listen to it because y'all felt like she was too sexual and she was too this and she was doing too much and this, that, and the third. You know what? I think the old rollout idea of her doing like the traditional rollout just didn't work. So she's trying something new. She's giving us a surprise album, which I am here for. We didn't hear, I don't think the track list is out yet. Like, I miss when Beyonce did that. And I'm not, like I said, I'm not trying to compare, but I'm just like, I miss when she just dropped shit. Like she dropped Beyonce to the self-title. And I believe she gave us a surprise drop for Lemonade. Well, it wasn't a surprise, but she dropped Formation out of nowhere. Just on a Thursday afternoon. Okay. I don't know if it was a Thursday afternoon, but it was very out of nowhere. You know, I love when artists do that. It's like it's very mysterious. It's very, okay, all right, girl, like you, okay. Keeping us on our toes or whatever. And even if it doesn't impact the charts, how it's going to impact the charts, I think that we're getting so much content now that, yeah, it's like it's so much music out. People are not listening to new music. And I think that's really a big reason why there's not a lot of new artists really making those pure numbers. We already talked about it with the Ice Spice situation. And I think Ice Spice actually responded. She basically was, I guess, because now she's number 18, data chart or whatever the hell. They did their update. So she actually was placed at number 18, I believe. 18 or 14. I think it was 18. And then she also had like 28,000 units sold. But she even made a response. She was like, oh, yeah, that's cool, whatever. I sold out my show. Like, girl, that girl made that money on the show. Okay. At the end of the day, I think a lot of artists are at the point in their careers, a lot of new artists, they're at the point in their careers where they're like, okay, not really making much in pure sales. I know my base. I know that these people like to stream. They don't buy albums. Let me drop some music. Let me do shows. because that's going to be my bread and butter. And at the end of the day, Billboard can place me wherever they want to place me. It doesn't matter no more. It really doesn't matter anymore. Like, Billboards is for the artists, the geriatric artists, the artists that been there. They got something still to prove. They got a bunch of fans that'll mass buy their stuff. And I'm not even saying there because there's some artists that don't care, that just make music and it just ends up being the big songs of the years. I'm not going to rehash on that too much because we already talked about that with the Ice Spice thing. But anyway, shout out to Chloe. Okay. She is going to do what she needs to do. I'm going to do a review or a reaction on the album. I cannot wait. Okay. Like, this is the best news that came out all week. I had to talk about this on the podcast. I'm like, oh my God, yes. And we'll see what songs is on there, child. I can't wait to hear the song that she's doing with Holly. Like, they have not collabed in a long time. So I'm thinking it's going to be something good. Hopefully it's like a pop song. I'm hoping it's a pop record. I hope we get some pop music on here. And I'm not saying like bubblegum pop. Like, I'm not, don't go the whole Sabrina Carpenter on us. No, but I'm just saying pop infused. Give us like R&B, but then also something different. Let's not do the traditional stuff. But it is what it is. I'm going to listen to it. I'm going to love it. Well, we'll see. Because I keep it real honest. Child, I ain't going to lie. I'm going to keep on. We'll see what happens, child. I ain't going to say I'm going to love it, child. I might have to say, girl. But we'll definitely see what happens. Anyway, what else we got to talk about? Oh, girl, we still got some topics to talk about. Child. Anyway, so I want to talk about the gymnast, Simone Biles. Because she made headlines again. This gymnast by the name of Michaela Skinner. Okay. She makes a video. Okay, basically asking Simone Biles to encourage her fans to cease harassment after a viral post. Now, if y'all don't know what viral posts I'm talking about, she basically did a interview and she was asked a question about like how the gymnasts are doing for the Paris Olympics. And she gave her response. She said, this is what she said.
I feel like the talent and the depth just isn't like what it used to be. The girls just don't have the work ethic.
That was retired Olympic gymnast Michaela Skinner earlier this month, offering a shady opinion of the women's team competing at the 2024 Paris Olympics.
Yeah, like she said that the girls are not doing what needs to be done. And basically, she said ever since then, like she's been getting a lot of hate from fans, I'm assuming, Simone Biles. This is what she said in her video, basically. I'm just play it.
Hope that this topic wouldn't need to be revisited, but unfortunately things have really gotten out of hand lately, and it's one thing to disagree with me regarding something I have said or a point I was trying to make, but it's something else entirely when that turns into cyberbullying or even worse, watching people cheer on the bullying, which has led to threats of physical harm to me, my husband, and our daughter is disgusting. So please, at this point, I am just asking for it to just stop for the sake of my family, because enough is enough. Why I'm here is because about 4 weeks ago, I made a comment about work ethic and Hey Everyone post and others that followed it fueled another wave of hateful comments, DMs, articles, and emails. Hate that includes death threats to me, my family, and even my agent. So my family and my friends don't deserve to be caught in a crossfire here. They've done nothing. So to Simone, I am asking you directly and publicly to please put a stop to this. Please ask your followers to stop. You have been an incredible champion for mental health awareness, and a lot of people need your help now. We've been hurt and...
Girl, you wasn't thinking about that when you had your little opinion, your little 2 cents. Now, this is what I got an issue with her. This is what I have an issue with. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to take it there. We could take it there. We could take it there with the, okay, but I'm not going to take it there. I'm not going to take it there. But I will say this. You cannot poke the bear and expect it not to bite your head off. I'm just saying. We're drinking your tears. We're drinking your tears. We did not care about what you had to say about Simone Biles, or you wasn't really. I think you said you wasn't really talking about her. Like I guess you was talking about the other girls that was on there. Look, my moral code requires me to say that in no way, shape, or form should you be getting any death threats or any like threats, harassment towards you, your family members, your husband, your agent. I think that's very immature, but that is the internet. This is the kind of stuff that happens. Simone Biles is a really loved character right now. I mean, I say character. She's a loved gymnast right now, okay? She just got into some drama with that TikToker that tried to sit there and come for her man, and she made a response. Everybody can, and I think she's citing at the fact that there was some type of post that Simone Biles made in response that was like getting back at her, but not really getting back at her. It was like very indirect. It wasn't like, she didn't say fans attack her or harass her, dox her, or whatever. Like, she basically made her little response. And I think that you say something negative that has something to do about me, I'm going to respond. Now, how the people that support me respond to you, this has nothing to do with me. And I feel like for her to sit there and call on to Simone to try to get her fans to stop like they're going to listen to her at this point, because let's be very honest, when it comes to people that make death threats and stuff like that, like I've got death threats before. Like and I'm not saying it's not at the magnitude of which this girl's going through because she came for a really popular figure and got viral off of it. But I think that there's just an ounce of trolling. Like, it's a lot of people that are just jumping on the bandwagon just to jump on the bandwagon. Like, you see somebody like dox somebody, like they post a number. Y'all ain't never used to just call the person. Yeah, I'm not saying I did that. I never did that. But I'm just saying, like, when a number gets public or whatever, people, they just be doing random shit. Like, they'll just call them and say whatever god awful thing, because they'll never be traced. You get what I'm saying? So I think that, and I'm not trying to minimize what you're going through. I mean, because getting death threats, and maybe if you are getting harassed by people in public, like, that can be very scary and very dangerous or whatever. But at the end of the day, like, it's not really Simone Biles' job to really regulate that. There's nothing that you can do. It's social media. It's people on the internet with the keyboard courage that don't have the balls to say or do what they would want to do and say in your face or whatever. But girl, that ain't Simone Biles' fault. Maybe next time we should watch what we say about certain people, because people got fans that arrive for them. I hate it when they did that and I keep on bringing her up, but she's like a universal topic. Like, she's a universal person to bring up when it comes to different topics. But like, when people used to get mad at Beyonce for not checking her beehives, I ain't got no control over them. I didn't tell them to do all that. Now, if you are telling your fans, and there has been people in the past, I'm gonna let y'all fill in the blanks. There has been like public figures in the past that will sit there and tell their fans or encourage their fans to bully and dox or whatever the case is. Now, that is a problem. I think that should be illegal, because y'all can literally tell somebody to off somebody and they will actually probably do it just because they love you. So I think that's where it becomes dangerous. But the fact that Simone Biles made her response, and I guess her fans or whoever, mainly trolls, jumped on the bandwagon and was coming for you, girl, they ain't got nothing to do with her. And my thing is this, not to be funny, but you did block her. That's one of the things she said. I'm blocked, so I don't know. So if you blocked her, how would she know that you're getting cyberbullied? I'm just saying, it's very hard to realize that when you're blocked. Sounds like a you problem, darling. But anyway, I think that's it for today. Do I have anything else to talk about before I get up out of here, child? I like to run through my notes, honey. I did want to talk about the Sonya Massey thing real quick, because this freaking cop tried to sit there and say that when she said, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus, like, he thought that she was trying to kill him because he didn't know what that term was. And we had this little think pieces that people were saying, like, oh, cops should be taught like language barriers and stuff like that. I think that's some bull crap. And at the end of the day, you know how many references that phrase came from in movies and pop culture, like, and you could say that you're not like eclectic like that, like you don't get into the medias and stuff like that. I don't believe that shit at all. You're a liar, and I hope he gets a long time too, because that was vile, that whole situation. But anyway, I don't want to talk too much more on that. But anyway, let me get out of here, child. That's it for today. I will see you guys on Monday. Hopefully, possibly. Look, I have a employee appreciation thing to do on Sunday. That's the day I tape. So hopefully I'm able to do both. Let's fingers crossed. Okay. See y'all later.